Okay, this is a little bit of a unrehearsed, pre-recorded stream. So it's not a live stream, it's just a stream. And I was just wanting to share my thoughts around and process around creating yet another uh, tool. The main impetus of this is that I've always felt that Create React app is very slow and chunky. And for trying stuff out, something lighter, you don't really need production ready code for everything. And it also has some issues with module, no module differential bundling. So actually, over 2 years ago, when I was was first learning React and first digging into the internals of Create React app, I actually created this project called Create React App Parcel. And that was just like, let's go into the internals Create React app, look at all the Webpack stuff, rip out Webpack, put in Parcel. Parcel is faster than Webpack, so it should automatically work. And it did. It actually only took 6 hours, and I had a great talk about it. Actually, I think that was my first ever conference talk. And you can see the talk over here. A lot has changed since then. I kind of don't really use this anymore because I moved on to Gatsby and Next.js and Svelte. But I do find myself wanting to create a React app every now and then. I don't want to hold the original promise of API compatibility with Create React app because I find myself wanting more opinions and wanting different opinions. And I found that the name of CRAP was very restricting. It restricted me to the API of Create React app, which is very, very, very Spartan. So I wanted a little bit of freedom for this. So I put this up for adoption. Charles, I hope that's his name, kindly took it over, and now I am. It's about a couple of months since then, and I started pottering around making a boilerplate for Create React app, and particularly starting to use Tailwind. The ultimate goal is to use TypeScript, use React, have some sort of default style system assistance thing because raw CSS is just whack, and inline CSS is also whack. And hopefully in the future have some sort of liked functions backend approach. Maybe have single file components for React. Anyway, you can see this boilerplate spins up over here in this, and it just shows you a very small Tailwind app. All of this is idiomatic Tailwind, which has a lot of random classes, but you get used to it after a while. Okay, so and then the thinking was, right, okay, I would like a CLI for this, and obviously when you're picking a CLI, you want a nice name. There's Wind and there's React, so I naturally went for Rincewind, which is a character from Discworld. I looked at npm.im/Rincewind and saw that it was taken but not active. So the process for taking over an inactive project is you're supposed to email the maintainer, in this case is mmckeg, and ask him nicely, and if they don't respond in 3 weeks, they'll hand it over to you. And sometimes they want it, sometimes they don't. In this case, this guy was super responsive and just handed it over right away, so that was very nice of him. And so version 1 and before, wow, this was last done 4 years ago, and it's never, and it just hasn't been touched since. So definitely not in active use. Anyway, so he very kindly handed it over, and that's the history of Rincewind so far. And so what I started doing, and this is all covered in my CLI workshop. Not selling anything, but you can go here and sort of do a self-guided thing, or you can watch the videos that I'm making going forward as well. And I think as of the time of recording, this is not up yet, but it will be up soon. Okay, so basically the process of creating CLI, I just did npx oakcliff multi, and then I named it Rincewind, and that sets up this little scaffold app over here with Circle CI integration, Windows and Mac bin commands. The commands are very nicely built out. I've done a little bit of work, but this is the default. Basically, it just gives you a class. and then some examples, some declarative flags and args, and then just a place for you to just chuck the code that you want to run. So I took this, and then I basically spun out two different pieces of code, which I'm super familiar with, but I'm not sure about everybody. But I guess I'm just recording this just to help beginners go through the concepts and all that. Okay, so the build command over here, which I call build, this just what names it. It doesn't really matter what you name this one. Okay, so the build command, actually no, forget it. Let's go to create command. Create command is very easy. So create command over here just is analogous to create React app. Just running create React app, right? Here I've chosen to alias Rincewind to RW, so you can set an alias over here very easily, because this is a lot of characters, so I just type RW. So both of these will run the same exact command, which is very nice and convenient. Okay, so over here we have the create command, and what this will do is it'll look at the flag. It has a directory flag in case you want to specify a directory. If not, I think it defaults to process.cwd. I probably should just change that to something like a path dot join Rincewind app, and to do if this already exists, find another. So in fact, I should probably just make this into a function, find default dir, and I'll just make that like a find default dir, return const while let dir equals blah, and then let adx equals 0 while dir fs dot exists sync dir I gotta import it over here. While fs dot exists sync dir, I should index plus equals 1. I guess. I really don't know about the API right now, but dir const base dir equals blah, base dir, and then dir will be base dir plus idx, something like that, and then I'll just return a dir. So this will at least find something that doesn't exist yet, and that will be nice by default. Great. Anyway, so I'm using this library copy template dir, which is a very, very small throwaway library, which I probably have to fork at some point. But it basically copies entire folders. So I just said copy from this templates folder to this out directory, and the out directory is whatever the user has specified or that I've automatically found myself. So the templates folder has just a lot of basic readme, tsconfig, source, index HTML, all the basic stuff I want to scaffold out. I do anticipate having more than one template in the future, so I'm just prematurely optimizing by putting inside of basic namespace, and the vision is obviously reason ML, and then GraphQL, whatever. Doesn't really matter, it's not really used, but I hope to have some documentation as well as the ability to let users save their own templates, so then they can spin up their own templates really quickly. Yeah, that's the vision. All right, so that's how you sort of do a quick create CLI. And then let's talk about the build CLI, and then I'll show you a little demo, and then I think I'll be done with this section. Okay, so the build CLI is a little bit more complicated. So here we want to also let the user build an existing app, right? So this scaffolds out the app. It also installs itself. We haven't done the install bit, so that will be a good candidate for something I should code on this stream. And we should also so once we've installed it, then we should build the app. And the reason I went with build instead of serve first, serve I haven't done anything. The reason I went with build instead of serve is that serve is basically build plus watch, right? So build is actually the lower level functionality. I originally wanted to do this with rollup, but I tried rollup, and honestly, this was not encouraging at all. So let's look at this. 6 deal breaker. A lot of rollup fans out there are trying to say that you can use rollup for apps, but this is a deal breaker. And the fact that rollup is insisting on ES modules by default for everything, and it just relies on really, really, really flaky guessing of named exports. This does not work. This does not scale for a project like a Create React app. Like if Create React app were to switch over to rollup, it would just break all the time for users. So unfortunately, if you're using rollup, you have to have command of your rollup config.js. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. It is what it is. All right. So someday we'll have ES modules everywhere soon, but that is not today. And unfortunately, I'm building for a different reality. I also had some trouble with just like a bunch of small little like things like TypeScript interop and all that. And I also think the caching and parallelization story is better in Parcel, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't verified it myself. I'm just repeating what other people told me. Okay, so let's go into the build command. So in order to build, I can assume that the person has a Parcel app already running. I should probably copy in a package.json. Yeah, package.json. And I'm going to copy it from my old directory over here. Copy, paste. I think I've got it. Okay, and then I can say something like Rincewind. So it's still like even after everything I've done, it still feels crazy that I can write something that I've written into my dev dependencies and use my own code. It still feels surreal. So I can say something like this: build Rincewind. Yeah, start Rincewind serve, something like that, and maybe a test in future or lint. I'm sure I'm duplicating a lot of things, but hopefully anyone's watching this has the ideal audience that I'm talking to right now is for someone who's never done this before and never really thought about their tools in this way. So if you've done this before, you're probably laughing at me because I'm an amateur, but I've I only know what I know so far, and please chip in with your advice, and I can only get better that way. All right, so I have this package JSON, and the problem is to basically start using Parcel as a programmatic API, specifically Parcel V2. And how I figured out all this, it's not documented, right? So that's part of the other challenge as well. Let's talk about Parcel V2. So Parcel V2 is supposed to be like the next big thing with Parcel. Let's just start here. I want to show you the steps because Again, if you've never done this before, it's very intimidating until you realize how to do it, and nobody tells you. So here I am, you know. So Parcel V1 was very successful. It's got 34K stars. V2 is promising to be an even more awesome, extensible zero config experience, which I love, love, love. And frankly, it just has actually better backing than Rollup at this point, which is weird because it only started a year ago. Okay, so the main thing is Parcel exposes itself as a CLI. So Parcel build, Parcel serve, blah, blah, blah. And I could spin up a child process and run this, but that's a little bit indirect and kind of slow because there's a startup cost for child processes. So what I really should do is use Parcel's internal API. So using Parcel programmatically. This is something that I have filed an issue with before, and they always promised that they would expose it, but they kind of haven't, but they also kind of have. So if you look for a programmatic API in this documentation, if you look for, okay, so let's roll up programmatic API, right? It's listed right here. Where the hell is it? God damn it. Bear with me. Webpack programmatic API. So both these things definitely document their programmatic API. So you can import it as a package and then just run it like a normal JavaScript function, right? So you don't have to like spin up a child process and run it as a CLI. That's good. That's what I expect out of any build tool. Webpack, same deal. It has an API. I don't think this is the right one, but hopefully, yeah, I think it's called a node interface, and you just call Webpack, right? Const require Webpack, you go to require Webpack, and then you just run a function called Webpack. Fine, fantastic. Parcel, no API. There's a bundler API over here, but this is V1. If you're not careful, this is Parcel dash bundler, not just raw Parcel itself. So Parcel V2, which is this, we're in a V2 right now, doesn't have this documented yet. If you look at all this stuff, nope, nothing, nope, nope, nope. Plugin APIs? Nah, just plugins only, not the main thing. So, in absence of documentation, you have to look at raw code. I think the best way to do this, well, this and so monorepos, again, harder for people to grasp if you're kind of new to this whole thing. But I'm just gonna skip a few steps here and just tell you to go into packages, and then core, and inside of core, there's even more core. Well, there's Parcel and Parcel bundler. So this is the old one. This is the new one. You want the new one. So this is actually the CLI that you run. It's a very, very simple CLI. The way you look at CLIs. Again, I talked about this in my workshop, and you can go check out those notes yourself. But the way you know it's a CLI, it's got this bin field inside the package JSON. It says source bin.js. It also works as a module, but you don't really use it as such because it doesn't export anything useful. Okay, so bin source bin.js. Let's go to source bin.js. A lot of them do this. This one obviously only works in Unix type environments. This calls Babel register, which is a hook into Node to transform anything it needs in, for example, TypeScript. And then it calls require.cli. So let's call require.cli. And this registers the CLI using Commander, which is one of the bigger CLI frameworks out there. Kind of older, doesn't have as much support as Oak Cliff, so I choose Oak Cliff for now. I reserve the right to change that opinion. Anyway, so so yeah, here you start to see the source code of this CLI. What happens when you run Parcel build, Parcel. So this is, let's look at source code for Parcel serve. That's Parcel serve over here, and then Parcel watch. It's over here. Parcel build. Parcel help. That's it. Yep, that's all the commands they have. Doesn't export anything else. So this library is kind of useless on its own. I wish it did, because then I wouldn't have to code so much of it on my own. But That's no difference. So Commander does a whole bunch of like option setting and declarative stuff, but at the end of it, you can see that Parcel here is running the same function, action.run, every time. And this run function is declared over here, and it's passed in entries and command. It just does a whole bunch of shit. This is the one that we really want, right? So here we can say, all right, we will take whatever CLI entries is given. Looking at parcel core, doing a bunch of shit, which I don't care about, but I just can copy and paste anyway, because this is working code. And then we'll declare a new parcel object with all these configs set up. And this is the API they would have to document, right? I can see why they wouldn't document it, because it's kind of shitty right now. I hope it gets better. No shade. I mean, it's hard enough making a bundler. You don't have to think about the public API for that niche people would use. So here's what I mean by why watch and serve is more complex than build. In watch and serve, you do this watching, and then you have to like do a whole bunch of like SIG standard in, standard out stuff. And parcel build is just parcel.run, and then once you're done, you're done. Right? So that's about it. That's the entire API. There's some normalization of options being done over here. That's just for a nicer developer experience. I wouldn't worry too much about it. So what I essentially did was I studied this code a little bit and then just imported the relevant stuff. Import build error, import parcel core, parcel package manager, parcel FS. Basically just copied and pasted everything that you just saw down in my build command, right? So, you know, hopefully that will start to do the trick. We may have some issues with like, where is the current folder and stuff like that. I don't know where we are at in the process, but basically I've cloned or forked the code for the Parcel CLI into my CLI, right? So I expect this to run the exact same way as Parcel CLI, which I'm happy enough. By the way, I guess I'm assuming a lot that you know how Parcel works, but you know, you go have a look at some of their introductions for that. I don't think we'll cover it here. Okay, so then I publish it, right? Set a version. So the previous owner had up to version 2, so I set this version here, and then I just did npm publish, and set it off. I mean, he did transfer over the repo permissions to me, so I can publish to that repo. Okay, so that's where we're at, and now you're fully caught up. And everything from here on out is just kind of incremental work that I don't have a plan for. But we'll basically let's try to make the create command work well, the build command work well, the serve command work well, and then I think I'll be happy. Okay, I don't think I need this hello anymore, so I'm just gonna delete that. Let's actually just go ahead and publish this, because I feel like I haven't really done much service to this. Yeah, all right, so let's bump the version to alpha 2. And minor tweaks, I guess. And I'll just call this npm publish. Npm publish. Npm publish. I do want to add some change log and git tagging automation in here, which I do like to have, because people actually use releases to check their integrity of the files and all that. So I will implement it at some point. But anyway, so let's actually check this out. What I've just published. I can remove my app. Let's just remove my app 1. All right, so npm I g rincewind. I've chosen to go for the global install right now, but I can also use npx. The reason I choose for global install is because it just makes it easier for me to debug when shit goes wrong. Whereas in npx, everything is temporary, right? So I don't have anything in the file system where I can just like debug. So I'll show you how I debug this app once this is done. Yeah, just give it a few minutes. All right, it's done. Okay. So now I run RW because I already registered that. Create. I used to have a D command, like, or D, like, to pick what directory to create. Now I implemented that find default directory command. So let's actually test it out to see if it works. I can just run RW create. That does not work. I guess I get to show you. I mean, I know what this is. This is the really bad permissifying that I did. I'm sorry. This is callback console.log. Done. Whatever. I can't be bothered figuring out this permissify API, so I'm just gonna use this, and because I don't really have anything blocking after that. All right, so now I get to show you like what happens when there's an error, right? Like I code this stuff. I'm not really. I guess I could just show you the right way to do it. Okay, the right way to do it is symlinking. So let us uninstall the thing that we just waited for. Uninstall G Rincewind. Make sure there's no trace of it in my global installs, because what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and then we're going to run yarn-link global, and that's going to install this raw code, and I'll be able to run and test it and modify my code immediately from source instead of publishing to npm, re-downloading, and then rerunning that code. So this is the smarter way to do it. The only downside. All right. So the only downside to doing this is that it has to transpile TS on the TypeScript on the fly, so that's a little bit slower. So the commands won't be as responsive as you might expect. But let's actually experience. Oh, nice. You see that? Let's actually create another app again. So it has that underscore in there. So I like that. In fact, we can actually change that done command, done create scaffolded app to, I guess, always use template literals, because then you can do this and you can say chalk dot yellow blue cyan, I guess I like cyan, to the outer. Right, so in fact, let's just skip the out there and just call this creators. We got to import this chalk, and that's just for color. All right, let's have a look at how this looks. See that nice little cyan color over there. And let's go ahead and change directories as well, because I always found that super annoying. So I think the right way to change directories is process not change directory. In Node.js. Trigger. There we go. So another thing I don't like about this long thing, it's kind of long. It's not relative to the current working directory. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this and then create dir. So I'm gonna prettify it, right? So const prettify create dir equals to path.relative process.cwd. And create dir, something like that. Let's run it again. I failed to change directories. Why? I actually failed to even I didn't even use it in here. Okay. But still stands that I didn't change directories properly to the new dir. That's not good. Okay, so that shows the prettified app, but it still doesn't change the directory for me, which is worrying to me. Why would you do that? Do I need to add a slash at the end? Is it one of those stupid things? If it is, I'm gonna flip a shit. Nope. All right, let's actually read the docs. Maybe it's a relative thing. So maybe I should use the prettified version. Let's see what happens. Nope. Process.shader doesn't shader doesn't work. I'm sure people have run into this. Why isn't shader working? That's super annoying. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the answer is I just cannot change directory to the parent shell that I'm running. So figure out a better way. Guess that's the reason why people don't do that. Let's see if I can. Nice. All right, let's go into this code. We can see all this code scaffolded out, but it has no node modules yet. So I need to run yarn on this. Or yarn or npm. So this is where I start using something like yarn or npm. Yarn or npm. CLI. God damn it. All right. I was trying to like use the power of Google to show us, but those search terms are just yarn or npm detection. There we go. I don't even need that because I just have this right here. I'm just going to copy it. Fantastic. Thank you, pass me. Okay. And then I guess I just install. Whoa, what the hell? It's to install over here. Fuck it. Let's see if that works. Okay, it inherits the standard IO, so we're going to be seeing the results of the install. All right, so Rincewind app. Whoa. Should not be lazy. CWD argument missing. What the hell does that mean? CWD argument missing. Yeah, I don't think I need this. Yeah, I don't think I need this. I'm just gonna run yarn install. Oh, and then the jitter starts mattering. Okay, I think that works. There we well, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's gonna do the yarn install bit. Yeah, great, fantastic. I do probably want to make this like the latest version. So where is it? Where's my basic template with my package JSON? Make this latest so I don't keep shooting myself in the foot with old versions. I think it's going to install the latest versions anyway. So cd Rincewind app. Okay, this is going to annoy me a lot. So let's actually just make a note. cd please run, and then something like this, and then chalk.cyan cd prettify create cd prettify creator and something like yarn start. Okay. If has yarn. Question mark. npm yarn. I think this is a method. All right, one more time. Oh, look at that. I need to wait until it's done. That's not good. So this, I need to wait till this child process is killed. Let's look at this to see if they actually document it. If not, I'm gonna have to go and actually figure it out on my own. Spawn sync. Yeah, look at that. That's a string. Switching to the require syntax so I don't have to bother with types, because these are very small libraries anyway. Okay, so it looks like it's a standard stream, so I just have to figure out what the regular stream API is. Node stream on child process exit. Wow, this is so slow. Jesus. All right. It's good enough for me. Fuck you. Spawn on exit. There we go. So basically what you do is you do this, and then you have the callback, right? Spawn.on exit. Why am I console logging inside the... Yeah. So I need to figure out what the signal or the code is. I think if the code is 0, it's good. So if code more than 1, more than 0, not good. Bad happened. To do try this. Else, it's good. Oh, it's all gravy. We don't really use, fuck. Number. All right, I think that works. Let's try this one more time. We're gonna celebrate. So the idea is I don't want the logs to come out. I want to install first, and then the print message to come out at the end. I might as well have something at the start to say like we scaffolded your app to put it up here, right? And then scaffolding done. Yeah, there we go. Oops, spawn.on is not a function. This is a problem. So I don't know what spawn is, right? Spawn comes from yarn or npm. So npm.im yarn or npm. I'm sure it's going to be something really stupid. And then spawn.sync. I should probably not use spawn.sync. Okay. This already starts feeling... where's the fucking GitHub? Fuck you, link the GitHub. Jesus Christ. Yarn or npm. There we go. Let's look at the source code. Cross spawn? The fuck? What the hell is cross spawn? Just use execa. Holy shit. Spawn sync. What do I want? This is what happens when you... Alright, I can spawn it async. And hopefully that will do it. Let's try spawning async. Const child equals child proc. You know, if there were TypeScript involved, it'd be much easier. All right, one more time. It's doing all these dumb installs again. I wish it was faster. There might be a way to sort of pre-install and like if nothing's changed, just copy it over. I might actually do that because that would be a really, really sexy factor in figuring this out. Your npm is not a function. Okay, but you know, you saw that and then it runs. So yeah, that's how you work with child processes. You do a spawn, you get the stream back, and you say spawn.exit, and then you do the callback. Good. Your npm is not a function. Yes, it totally is. Come on. Oh, it's your default export. Wait. It's a default export. Fucking hell. If I had TypeScript, okay, that should probably work. All right, I'm happy with that. So, yeah, let's do that. Come on. You're really gonna... All right. So, all right. So now we have installed dependencies, which is very nice. It's actually RMRF, that most recent app as well. And then go through the process. And now let's actually, so create is, I think it's done, right? Like it copies over the files, and then it spins up an install process. And then once it's done installing, it tells you what to do. So that's create React app in a nutshell as a CLI. Then we got to build the script that runs that. So that's this stuff over here. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. I have more ideas for what to do to skip this install stage, but honestly, let's just forget about it. It would be really nice to just not install and just copy a bunch of files over. Then you could be offline ready. Look at that. All right, so this should die. This says serve and build. Oh, I should just say yarn build. Oh God, is this gonna work? Oh, of course it doesn't work. All right, so what does it say? It says path argument must be a type string when you see typed object. I get this a lot. That's just me not knowing what my options are. So parcel core expects something, but the real command is 2626. So let's go to 2626. Oh, but it's in the built version, so it may not be exactly there. Build.run 26. You know what? Let us go to the lib commands build 2626 parcel.run. So you have a problem here. It's not good for me. Okay. Path argument must be of type string receive typed object. Okay. So let's go into this one. I wish this was clickable. It's not. I don't know why. So let's first of all pull up the build command, get rid of the others, and the offending code is here. So I expect what's happening is one of these is wrong, or just needs some work. Probably this file path. And I probably should figure out what this normalize options does for me, because it's probably one of these things. Okay. Again, not super helpful. Okay, let's log out what the args are over here. Console.log. So, oh, shit. What am I doing? Args. Okay, so what's happening over here, right, is, let's just open this up. So this is the scaffolded app. It's just got a very, very clean, like, it's got Rincewind build, Rincewind serve. I probably don't need some of this other stuff, but whatever, I just chucked it in there. Then we should also have a git ignore, but it's not here. I gotta go fix that. Stick it in the basic template. Git ignore node modules. And then we gotta figure out how to add the dot to this git ignore, because the reason you don't add a dot is because GitHub flips a shit if you try to commit it, or it just ignores it, something like that. It actually treats it as real, so you don't want to treat it as real. Actually, honestly, I don't know why, but there's a real reason, so I'm just not going to bother. I'm just going to manually account for it by going to create and just saying like something like to do rename git ignore file to .git ignore, right? And that's how you make it effective. Anyway, not really something I care about too much. By default, I also don't initialize Git for people. Create React App does, but I've heard enough strong opinions from people that they don't want Git initialized for them, so I'm just gonna leave that out. People I respect. So, all right. So, path argument must be a type string. So, I'm running Rincewind build. Oh, but I don't have a path, so that's dumb. I should say source index.html. Likewise, I should do source index.html and fix this in my own template back over here. Source index.html. And let's see what happens if I build again. Okay, so that did not change a thing. I should have logged out the args over here because I saved them. I think I didn't do a good job because it's just, oh. Yeah, I logged out the args, so what the hell. So now it's erroring at build.js 2626. Let's actually click this and see what's it's the init. All right, that doesn't give me a lot to work with. Okay, so there's a lot of initting going on, and I don't know which one of these are the issue. I can go all the way down to resolve options. See what's up with that 3630. Okay, and it says initial options dot entries must be locked out. So I'm gonna just manually console log this entries. So I expect this to be a string, but it's given an object, right? So that should be the problem. All right, so that's file source index HTML. Okay, we're a lot closer to the issue. So basically, when I get args, I'm supposed to be passing in a bunch of strings to this, but instead I get an object. I think that's fine. So in other words, I just need to do args.file, and that should fix the issue. But I should still be logging this out. It's kind of disturbing to me that it's not being logged out. I choose to ignore that for now, but this stuff like this always really bothers me. Like, there's something I'm not understanding well in my build chain, so that really bothers me. Anyway, this should build. This does not build. Do I have to? I have never needed to do that. Okay, so the entries are coming in as a file still. Okay. So I got to trace this initial options up to see where it's coming from. Oh, so resolve options, parcel init. Where does this resolve options go? It's the default export. Okay. So then I go one level up to parcel init. And that's where resolve options lies. Okay. It looks like I should check out what this underscore initial options gives me. It's a weak map. Ooh. How the hell am I supposed to log out a weak map? How the hell? Console log weak map items unknown. Oh man, I don't know how to log a weak map. Oh, I have to for each it? Okay, that's super annoying. Why are you so special? It's not iterable. Fine. Jesus. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Jeez. All right. Wait. How do I access? Weak maps are so weak. They're so lame. Weak map. MDN. Weak map. Get. Okay, I can get entries. Dot get entries. So this should give me file object as before. It's undefined. Fuck you. Do you have anything at all? What the fuck? You are a weak map, right? You're an object. You have a length. The value of the length is 0. That's the fucking lamest shit ever. If I don't know what you're called, then what the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do to make you love me? All right. Initial options dot entries. You gotta give me something there. All right. Underscore initial options dot entries. What the fuck? All right. I'm gonna pause. Take a break. And I'm back. Okay. So the last we left it, I had no idea what's being passed inside of this entries thing. My only remaining option is to assume that initial options is empty, which is very disturbing. Receive type object. What the fuck am I receiving? Jesus Christ. Okay, what's the this? Let's look at this. This dot entries. Where is this going? So I'm not really sure how to resolve this. Okay, so what do we know so far? We know that initial options dot entries is an object where it should not be, and it's being called here, resolve options. And where it's being called is this resolve options default. Presumably, yeah, it's over there. Okay. Class private field get this initial options. I don't know what that means. Okay. I think this is where I do the whole attach node attach debugger thing, which I don't do too much. So I need to so I need to, have kid gloves with this because I don't really know what this is. I mean, I've done it like 3 times. Yeah. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Debug node auto attach. settings UI node attach on. Okay. I really don't trust this. All right, so if I put a breakpoint here, I can't even put a breakpoint. Fuck it. I can't even put a breakpoint here. I think this is a setting of mine. Gutter. Let's look at settings in JSON. Glyph margin. So I think that's it. There we go. All right, that's a glyph margin. Okay. So the problem is I can't really run node inspect file name. Okay. Node inspect yarn build. Oh, you see that? Unexpected argument inspect. Well, that was kind of lame. Okay, how to attach inspect argument, node inspect argument to a CLI. There we go. Ah, okay, I can get behind that. Rincewind build. Inspect. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, okay. Everything's undefined. What the fuck? Huh? I got nothing from this. I got nothing from this. This is so useless. I'm useless. I'm Ooh. Oh. 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 Okay. Okay. That's okay. He already in my DMs. Why men great till they gotta be great? Wow. There's no way I was gonna access that weak map. The key is a parcel object. What the fuck? Okay. So I have confirmed that it is inside of this initial options section, which is good. The question now is, where the hell does it come from? Why men great till they gotta be great? Shit. Okay. So it's on in this object. Writable true value void 0. I don't know what the fuck that is, but this means something that I have entries that this object, the value. Okay, so options. There you go. Wow. All right. So where does this options come from? Constructor options. Look at this. Look at this. Can I hover over this? I can't. Can I hover over this? I cannot. Anyway, I know for a fact that this is it. Okay. Thank you. Can I disconnect? All right. Get rid of this. So options is the one. Let me just log out options to prove it to you. And this is the trader right here. Yarn build. You see this options? That's where it comes from. All right, we're a lot closer now. So parcel init, right, calls this thing, which derives itself from these options. We gotta go to run. Okay, it's in the constructor, right? So there's not really a lot, like it's in the constructor. I'm just gonna assume that it's the exact same thing as what is going on down here with new parcel entries args. There. I think I perfectly screwed that up. So the reason it doesn't live update is because we're no longer running the linked version. We're running the installed version, which is version 3.0 alpha 2. So anything I was updating just didn't change at all. And really, I should have just said args.file. Could have run yarn build and it would fucking work. Look at that. Okay, well, lesson learned. So really what I want to do is do yarn link Rincewind over here. So this would use the link package for Rincewind. Similarly, I would also get rid of the console log now because I don't need it. I think we've more or less solved it. It was getting kind of tricky over there, but the inspect helps to, calm my fears down a little bit. So let's see what the yarn build brings, and then we can go from there. But we have at least made it able to build, which is very nice. Why men great till they gotta be great? Shit. Destination name index.js extension does not match bundle type HTML. This is probably something that I introduced because I copied over a bunch of shit. Destination name index.js extension does not match bundle time HTML. Bundler name bundle. Destination name index.js extension does not match bundle type HTML. Okay, what do I do to fix this? So this is a namer issue. Let's just click into this and see what happens. Does not match bundle type. Okay. So why the hell are you trying to name this? I bet you it's something that is being normalized by one of those compiler normalization things. This thing. Look at that use of the knowledge coalescing over there. Me likey. Okay, I don't see anything obvious over here where it should, like, the CLI should be agnostic of whatever file I'm using. So where the hell is it inferring the fact that I get a destination name index.js extension does not match the bundle type HTML? So it's got this namer. This is a new feature in Parcel, and I don't have any clue what this does. Okay. One thing that is a tell is I should be able to install Parcel here. Into this same project, and it should have the exact same results. And any discrepancy I should be able to handle, right? So Parcel build. And call that Parcel. And you can do the same for start, but let's just talk about build. So yarn Parcel build. Of course, I expect this to be perfectly smooth sailing, because this is the official. Ooh, bug. Okay, so it's not my fault. Very good. Next step I would do is look for this in the docs, in the code. See if someone else has run into it. Come on. There we go. I have to put to package JSON main this index instead of source index.js. Huh. Bad error message. Oh, I ran into this 3 months ago. There we go. Main uses that to define your output. Index.js. Whoa, look at that. There it is. Dist index HTML. Well, it looks like it's let me just bump this. Ran into this again today. If I run into this, if I get time, I would love to contribute a PR. Can you give me some guidelines as to what you would like Parcel to do in this scenario? Should we warn early or late? or at the site of the error. Only at the site of the error. Might preempt more issues. More local, but super specific. There we go. All right. You live and learn. I'm going to copy that over to the default template as well. That's the value of like stuff like this, that you don't have to just get Parcel out of there. That you don't have to worry about shit like this tripping you up. Oh, there's more issues. External modules are not supported when we're building for the browser. The fuck does that mean? Did I have any external modules? I don't think so. Is that a CSS thing? Let me just drop the CSS for a bit. See if that works. Nope. External modules are not supported when building for the browser. The fuck does this mean? Parcel works, Parcel build does not. Uh-oh, confirm bug. The browser puts you into library mode. The browser puts you into library mode. Okay. It should be an error at the targets, but not in the default top level. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I can just go here and check out their config. They should have a config somewhere. Where the fuck is your config, dude? Targets, browser. Targets, targets. There we go. Steal that. Man, I really don't like sticking things in package.json. It really overloads the meaning of package.json because other ecosystems do not give a shit. I'm sorry, that's how it is. Okay. Do you think that works? Bundles must have unique file paths. Oh no, I forgot that again. Duplicate content and do 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 do. October 13. I do not know what this means. Bundles must have unique file paths. Okay. Bundler.name bundles. Is this fucking name bundles module again? 172. Okay. Well, show me all the fucking paths. Jesus Christ, these are so bad. Okay, so there's 2 disks. Why are there 2 disks? Goes like this: the source, the disk, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king. Alright, let's get more info about that. Composing hallelujah. Do you have the source for me? Hallelujah. 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 Alright, these are obviously overlapping. It's probably an issue of my own. Let's look at the entry asset IDs. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her faving on the roof. Your beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. Oh, like the attention jar. Dot filter. Filter. B. Dot. Name. Triple equals index.html. Dot map. B. Dot. And then return. File path. B. Dot file path. And then entry asset IDs. B. Dot entry asset IDs. All right. See if that works. Why are you being such a dick? You're swallowing my shit. Fuck you, moron. Alright, I guess you're seeing me, like, you know, debug bundles equals blah. Alright, it's swallowing this because it's a piece of shit developer experience. But one thing I can do is require fs dot write file sync debug bundles dot json debug bundles path. Yeah, see if that works. So instead of console logging, I got this. Do I supply UTF-8? UTF-8. Fucking hell. JSON not stringify. Oh, what the fuck are these? What are those? Fuck it. Bundles. Please tell me the entry. Please tell me the entry. Please tell me the entry. Entry asset IDs. I have no idea what the entry is. Dist entry. Okay. I can work with that. Dist entry. Alright, just give me all the entry. Is entry true? Is entry false? this entry is true here. Okay, so it sounds like I have like some sort of duplicate declaration. I bet you what my problem is I just have this. Like, fuck it. Don't have it. There we go. Who's a good bundler? Oh, you're so great. Let's serve it up. Oh, what? Of course you need serve. All right, we have a working bundler, which is beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at this. The CSS isn't going to work, but how come it doesn't work? Blocked by client. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You can piss right off. Whoa. So Tailwind just works by default. Holy shit. All right, so that field was completely unnecessary. And I should update the parcel error that I ran into earlier. Oh, wow. Just figured out that if you just leave out the main field in package JSON and run parcel build source index.html, it works beautifully. We should just recommend that. It also causes this issue. Fuck it. By the way, because there will be two index.html entries, one from package JSON, one from command line. Leaving this for anyone running into this issue. If you have a main field in package JSON that says parcel index.html and also run parcel build index.html, you get this error. Just remove the main field and you're good. Fantastic. All right, I did my part for the open source community. I can get rid of parcel now because I think I've never mind. I'm still too chicken to like trust myself. Okay, because I have a build function, and that kind of works. Let's see if I want to put any, nice little flair on this. Once it's built, I can say something nice. Let us steal from create over here. And I'm also going to grab in chalk and say something nice like build done. Build done. Either or, and then do something like serve dist or ntl deploy -- prod, something like that. Either serve locally or deploy to nullify, because I work there. Okay, wonderful. I think I've kind of run the gamut on builds. And if you're watching along, we have done a significant part of this with building. Now we got to do serving, and it's going to be running downhill from here because I feel like we've run across most of the issues we're ever going to run into. Still a little bit of cleanup with stuff we don't really use, like this over here, this, flags, fuck it. To do support multiple entries, that just requires reading the docs for Oak Cliff. And then to do see what is in here, we need probably the cert stuff for HTTPS. Inside of create, we can clean up this stuff, can clean up this stuff, clean up, yeah, rename. We don't have to chedder. I guess we should chedder anyway. And then fuck it. Okay. That's nice. Let's commit what we have. All right, it's really gonna bother me with the git ignore stuff, so let's actually just get rid of this. Here. Okay. Node fs rename file. Rename sync, I guess. Rename git ignore file to .git ignore const rename. Well, do I have fs dot rename sync? Path dot resolve, path dot join, rename git ignore file, function rename git ignore file. Const from path equals this, and then I'll get the creator in here. Git ignore, and then I'll make this a two path. Say dot git ignore, and then from path to path. You're a string. Fuck you. Jesus. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I feel a little bit better about that. All right, bunch of changes. Fix build, create command and build command. Oh, I should also show you what I mean by the auto log stuff. So this is something that I internally called release automation, I guess. I mean, I don't call it, that's what it's called, release automation. But I'm not an authority on it, so I really, really, really am scared to publish this because everyone has an opinion, and it's scary. Like, it's, I don't have time to do a lot of automation stuff. I just need some small amount of automation. I mean, I'm not like, um, a, a prolific open source person. So I'm just gonna put this in, and to me, this just is the right balance of simplicity and oh dear, we have two versions over here. All right, we'll just call this pre-version and then post version. And then we have a pre-publish log to git tag the the git history so that I don't have to do it manually because I don't care. All right, we have some conflicts, so I'm just gonna get rid of that conflicting stuff and just chuck this in manually myself. Okay, I think this is done. npm version. npm. Fuck it. Should I just manually version this shit? npm version patch. Is this gonna be 3.0.1? Git working directory not clean. Git emit, fix, build, and create commands. All right. npm version patch. So this will generate my change log. It might fail. Oh, no, it's got a change log right here. There we go. It says 3.0.0. That's not right. Alpha 3, whatever. And then when I publish, it's going to tag it properly. npm publish. It. Correct alpha version. Okay. npm publish. Oof. Oh. No. Change log out of sync. Fuck you. Oh, this alpha release thing is going to be super annoying. Alpha.3. No. So I'll show you what the benefit of publishing a release is. People, actually really care about it. And to me, that's really nice because I never care. But the fact that people care, and the fact that I might want it in the future, makes it worth doing. Fix change log, whatever. All right, so let's look at the GitHub repo, and we'll see the effects of the release automation that I did. So we have some releases over here. We got 3.0 alpha 3 and 3.0. A little bit back to front, but we can see the source code. You can see the commits that are built in here. So these people have some certainty as to, like, if I'm using this version, these are the commits that went in, and I don't have to keep up to date on anything else. If it's got PRs in there, it'll show up as PRs. Which, as you build out into a professional looking library, you're going to need all this. So good for everyone. Okay. So I'd say we're almost done with what I wanted to accomplish here today. I have one other thing, which is the serve command. So I'm just going to bang it out, and hopefully not have too bad of a time of it. Its serve command is very close to build command, so I'm just going to copy over the build command. Let's just change this to serve, even though it really doesn't actually matter. But it's just visually less confusing if I don't shoot myself in the foot like that. Okay, close. So the serve command. departs at this stage. After new parcel, I will do this stuff. I think I can just copy the whole thing wholesale. And there we go. Don't need a build error, so I can get rid of that. I probably need the chalk bit, so just keep it around. All right, let's fix the type errors. Error is of type error. Big surprise. Is exiting. I guess that's a Boolean. I don't know what that means, but works enough that I don't care. Process.standard in. Oof. Okay. Please tell me that worked. What if I just type parcel serve? Ooh, look at this. This is gonna be so sweet. Holy shit. Ugh. Are you gonna tell me where you're serving, or what the hell? You didn't tell me where you're serving? What's the port? All right. How come you don't tell me the port? Okay, I think this is one of those normalized options things. Oh, there we go. Okay. The only problem is I don't know what the command thing over here is. All right, so let us put this in a shared file. Yeah, let's put it in the shared file. And then call this normalize options, but we'll have to customize it a little bit. Normalize options.ts. Export. And then norm ops. Type norm ops equals blah. Let's keep that around just for reference, but just delete it right now. Okay, norm ops is blah. Ops norm ops. Okay, so if ops.name, if ops dot is prod equals to true. This is always super awkward. Boolean. Fuck your return types. There we go. Okay, coming along. Of command.https if https boolean ops.https, yep. If ops.cert and ops.key cert string key string Boolean object cert string key string. Okay. You still think you're Boolean? Why the fuck do you still think you're Boolean? Oh. Jesus, you're tough. All right. Command.name is serve. Is serve Boolean. Oh God. I think it's fine. Is serve and is prod are exclusive. Oh, fuck it. I don't need to document that. Ops dot is serve. HTTPS if agent needed must specify cert and key. If serve mode must have host and public URL. Interesting. Port number host number get port yarn get dash port. Import port from get dash port. String undefined. Host is a string. Public URL is, I don't know what the fuck the public URL is. Who uses the public URL? No one. Okay. This would help if I go over to initial partial options from Parcel types. Let's go find it. Initial parcel options. There we go. Initial partial options. Wee. Can get all these guys right here. Fuck this. Fuck this. Oh, I don't need all this. That's annoying. File path is just a fucking string. Why are you... Do I want to convert all these guys? I don't need to. Alright, it's not worth it. Initial partial options is found in, and that will be the extent of my typing from Flow. Porting the normalize options function in Parcel core over to here. All right, so in initial parcel options, so the serve has its server options, which is host. This is great. What are HTTPS options? Certain key. Okay, so and then get port, command.port. Yay, const chalk equals require chalk. Done. So a serve is either server options or false. As server options or false. False. If command if ops.port. Ops.port could not be used. Public URL does not exist on type norm ops. If command.name is not build, if it's if ops dot is serve, ops dot HMR is false, HMR or port and HMR host. If HMR needed, I don't know what that is, but I'm probably gonna be happy that I'm in there. God damn it. I don't care. Type HMR options equals to la so do la fa mi do re so do la ti do mi do female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me a name I call myself, far a long way to run. So I'll need a pulling thread, law, not to follow, so tea, a drink of jam and bread that will bring us back to do 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 me being me so re fa fa la ti ti do me me so re fa fa la ti ti. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Do a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me a name I call myself, far a long way to run. And so I need a pulling thread. What the fuck is really this? I don't know what I'm doing. That will bring us back to do. Do re mi fa sol la ti do so do. When you know the notes to types of property HTTPS are incompatible. One of them, false HTTPS options, is not assignable to string type of string undefined. Where the hell do you get false HTTPS options? Wow. That's almost certainly a bug. What the fuck do I do? I know. I'll say fuck it. Also used as string undefined in the HMR section bug. Okay. If ops is prod ops.cache is false, boolean, got a right to be wrong. My mistakes will make me strong. Cache deer is a string. Cache deer string. Type temp equals blah blah. Minify boolean. That's so lame. Source maps boolean scope hoist boolean auto install boolean log level profile boolean targets. Ooh boy. Array string or an object of string target descriptor. Target any. misc. I can go do that in the future if I want to, but that should probably solve most of it. So, are you not using TypeScript 3 whatever right now? Because you were not. Fuck you. TypeScript version. Yeah. TypeScript 3.7. Go, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. All right, so now I have to have this normalize options done. I can import it in serve. Import normalize options from ... normalize options. And then actually use it the way it's supposed to be done here. Flags. Flags, bitches. Is target required? Fuck you, target's required. Will this work? You know what? Fuck you. Okay. Now I can switch over. And I run your start. It should find a port for me. And it cannot read property length of undefined. 121126. Cannot read property length of undefined. That's fair. You gonna tell me the port? You gotta tell me the port, dude. Console.log port. Oh, damn it. Why no port? Port. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, is serve. Of course. I'm an idiot. I'm on fire. Port 1234. I didn't even have to log it out. Sweet. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, let's see that hot reloading action. Let me call this hot reload thing. Nice. Very nice. Where did my... That's so responsive. Okay, so the idea is that the default state is this, is this page, and if I toggle children, it goes to the other page. But if I hot reload, like that. It's going to just update this, but this will preserve the state. Let's have a look at save. Nope, it just reloads everything. All right. I guess it's reloading the parent, so maybe I'm not running the best test. All right, so toggle children. Maybe I set something here, and then I go to email form, and I change something inside of password. Let's save that. Does this disappear? No, the whole thing reloads. All right, so the HMR isn't worked out, but maybe I need to pass HMR. I need to pass the HMR commands, right? I have all of these HMR port, HMR host. All right, and see if it's documented, because I'm not feeling too safe about this one. And frankly, I don't need it. HMR. Hot module. Okay, so we're not sure what that is, but if I just go by my gut and say HMR, all right, HMR true, HMR port, 1 2 3 4 5, HMR host, localhost. See what that gets us. All right. Okay, you're running at 1 2 3 4. And I need to toggle children, and I have that password thing over here. Delete, save, reloads. Toggle state. I type hot over here, save. Nope, that still works the same way. Maybe I should set it to the same port. Hit me, Fergie. 1 2 3 4. Okay. If this doesn't work, I'm not gonna be too fussed about it. HMR never works anyway. The cold never bothers me anyway. Don't let them in. Don't let them see. Be the good girl you always meant to be. Conceal, don't feel. Don't let them show. Just that doesn't seem to work at all. Okay, well, I'll declare that a fail. I don't know how this works. All right. Okay, so, a moderately productive session where we have the serve command understood. Let's flesh it out with a little bit of like to-do lists. I really don't need this usage thing. Usage, useless. Roadmap. Build tool. Create React app. Create React apps with Parcel plus post CSS. Blah, 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 blah. Very good. Roadmap. Add basic design system to draw from. What else I want to do? All right. Give me your ideas. All right, so once you have a scaffolded, new other templates to scaffold from. No download caching the node modules. You copy paste, including your own. The app cd into the project, and then either run yarn start yarn parse Rincewind build for a production build. Serve for local development. Enjoy. Module, no module, React aliasing. Okay. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're almost done, friends. Thank you for sticking it out. I know this was kind of a rambly stream, and you may just like let me know your opinions on my singing. I do sing when I'm frustrated or just like trying to think and drowning out my own thoughts. But fix, create, serve, command, and write readme. MVP it, which is npm version patch. Git tag already exists, so this is very difficult for me. I'm going to MVP again, 3.01. Let's call this, yeah. All right, let's just take it off of alpha because I think it works now. And that is how it's done, friends. So thanks a lot for coming along on this crazy journey. I hope that you've gotten what you wanted to get out of it. Rincewind.elephant.com. I should probably put that link over here. Yeah, that's exactly what we just did. We created a CLI that creates a React app, scaffolds it out, does builds or does serves for production build or local development. And that's all, folks. I don't know if this will become a serious project for me, but I like explaining what I've learned because it took me a long way to get here. And if I can get other people up faster than I did, then whoop-de-doo, right? All right. Have a good one.